All right, it's time to cook dinner. Here I have a bag of marinated chicken. This is marinated chicken with ginger garlic paste, onion powder, garlic powder, meat masala, turmeric powder, chili powder, salt, pepper, and yogurt to tenderize it. But first, I'm gonna chop up some onion. I'm gonna chop up some tomato, and I'm gonna saute it on this pan right here. Maybe add some ginger garlic paste and some ghee. I'm gonna put that somewhere else. And then we'll see how it tastes. Oh yeah, we also got spinach. Okay, we got rinsed tomatoes. They will be chopped shortly after I chop this onion. Then we have a peeled onion. Time to chop. Alright, y'all. We got some chopped onions here. I kind of messed up chopping them, but it's alright. They're fine enough to be cooked. Now we're on to the tomatoes. Tomatoes are typically challenging for me, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, y'all, we got chopped tomatoes, which I actually didn't mess up too bad, and chopped onions. So it's time to start throwing stuff on the pan. I got my canola oil cooking spray. So we're gonna warm up the pan with this a little bit. Get the onions sauteed with some ginger garlic paste. We'll toss in some more turmeric, a little bit of salt, pepper, maybe the meat masala as well. Get that nice and sauteed, then toss in the tomatoes. Then we'll toss in the chicken, and then finally the spinach.
I'm putting a lot of fucking cooking. I'm putting a lot of freaking cooking spray.
Also, I'm gonna be putting ghee to help with the sauteing. Onions and tomatoes. Onions first. It's my spatula. Putting in some ginger garlic paste. Putting the pan on low so it doesn't just burn the onions and the garlic. A little bit of salt. A little bit of turmeric. A little bit of meat masala. Alright, now that we got the onions sauteed, we're going to toss in the tomatoes. Tomatoes into the pan. Bang. Turn up the heat just a little bit. Little view. Alright, tomatoes are soft. I'm turning it on low for a sec while I get my chicken. And we're going to introduce the chicken to the mixture. Oh yeah. Okay, chicken has been introduced. So we're back on high. And we just gotta wait for the chicken to cook. There's a slight limitation of my current setup as the pan is a little small and I have a lot of chicken, but I believe that this will turn out alright. As you can see there, we have white meat. So I think the chicken is cooked, indeed. I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit more. And then I'm gonna toss in all the spinach. Now, an important part is to make sure that you taste test it, because you don't want to meal prep and have to eat garbage the whole week. So make sure you taste test it. And now that the chicken is cooked, there's another piece just for proof. It's white. We can officially taste test. So there's a piece. It's actually pretty good. So, part of cooking food that is rich in flavor is the accompanying aroma. So, opening the window for cross ventilation, and went to the local Indian store the other day. Got some incense sticks I'm gonna light up. Got a candle, and that should do nicely about the smell. Right, we got the incense stick burning, and we have the meal over here. The chicken is mixed in with the rice, but it is nice and spicy and flavorful. We got the nice cool yogurt to balance it out. Time for the official taste test. I'm gonna get some of the chicken with the rice, scoop a little bit of the yogurt. That'll do. Very solid. Lots of flavor in that bite, and I feel good because I got veggies in it. You know, the tomatoes, the onions, the spinach. Pretty balanced meal, and I didn't have to pay someone to make it for me. So, bang. Looking a little chopped, so it's time for a shave. Accidentally cut myself off here, but I'm trying to find a good angle to capture my shaving process. I was about to say progress, but I guess both kind of work in this in this case. So first things first, you take this, I use a Philips Norelco 1 blade, and I run the goatee with the mustache combo, not connected because I like to be swaggy like that. I trim the mustache so that it's not like hanging over my lip. For facial hair, as a man, you do not want your hair hanging over your lip, I think. Oh, for the most part, unless it's like a really bushy mustache, because sometimes that could look cool, but I don't want that. So I'm going to trim the mustache like here, and then also going to trim it here on the sides, because I don't want the handlebar going on. Tool 1 is this. This is tool 2, straight edge blade. Tool 3, Harry's safety razor, I guess. So let's get into it. This is an important tool. It's a brush. This is genuine boar hair bristle brush. You're just going to want to brush down, especially the mustache, because some of these start pointing up and you don't really know where you need to shave. So always brush the hairs down. Always brush your teeth as well. Phase 1 is over. You can already tell mustache looks way cleaner. So does this little patch. I think it's called like a soul patch, but I might be mistaken. Next, you want to wet your whole face. Before applying shaving gel, I'm going to be using this Edge Sensitive Skin shave gel with aloe. So for me, I like to start with the sideburns, just nice and straight. And I go really crazy fast with these Harry's razors. They're sharp, you got the job done, and you know, it's a safety razor, not much of a risk of really cutting yourself unless you do something stupid. And I do tend to do things kind of stupid a little bit while shaving. I always end up cutting myself, but it's alright. So, here's the straight edge. And I want to get the hair in between here that my safety razor couldn't get to, so. All done. And ta-da.